Welcome to another episode of the Blue Crew, a New York Rangers podcast on the Believe Podcast Network. I'm your host, Jonny Lazarus, joined by my good friend, Avery Zaretsky. I guess Cody's asleep right now. It's 11:53 on Thursday night. Just got back to the hotel in Raleigh from the Game 3 Artemi Panarin overtime winner. We're going to do something different on this show. We're actually going to send the link out on Twitter and see if people want to join the show. Kind of just thought about this on a whim. We're going to see how it goes. But Avery, before I kick it over to you, I just want to give a word to a sponsor, Bet Online, which is your number one source for all your summer sports this season, from MLB, golf, NBA, and NHL playoff stats. All the latest stats, news, and scores available to follow your favorite teams. So get the latest odds and lines, including the latest team matchups, player props, and odds, just about every sport out there. Head to the website today or use your mobile device to get in on the action. Bet Online, where the game starts. Avery, what were your thoughts on Game 3?
Listen, man, we've been saying it all year. Team of
Well,
Destiny.
you've been saying it all year. We're kind of just getting in on it, the rest of us.
Yeah, I'd like to think that I coined the phrase Team of Destiny because I have felt.
Never heard anyone say that before.
No, just in terms of this team, like I think that with what they've done so far, and they've accomplished so much regular season and up until now, but they just, and we said it last podcast, great teams find ways to win. And tonight, I think that every team that goes on a championship run has their defining moment. And it might be, they might have more moments, obviously, down the road.
Mm-hmm.
But what happened last year in the playoffs is they went 2-0, and they lost Game 3. And I think that was the defining moment for them. Because then from then on, they didn't play great and they lost in Game 7. They closed it out tonight. They did what they had to do, and now destiny is theirs. They got one more win until the Eastern Conference Final.
Well, it's also who's doing it, right? And you think about the goal tonight. Artemi Panarin now has 4 goals in the playoffs. All 4 are game winners. You know, like, not only is this guy fucking stepping up, but he's doing it when the team needs it most. And he makes that pass to Lafreniere for the second goal of the game in the third period. And Laf now has 3 goals in his last 2 games, 9 points in 7 games. You can go down the list. Like, we talk about the big guns showing up, like Trocheck, 12 points in 7 games. Zibanejad, 12 points in 7 games. Panarin, 9. Lafreniere, 9. Chris Kreider, 7. Jack Roslovic, 5. Adam Fox, 4. Barclay Goodrow, 3. And the list goes on and on. I'm not going to go through everybody on the team, but I mean, like, what more could you ask for? Igor Shesterkin, too. I mean, Rod Brindamore in the postgame said, that guy's world-class. Every time they have a breakdown, he's just there to answer. And, that team's got to be frustrated because you got to credit Carolina, too, right? They're playing pretty good. Like, this series could easily be 2-1 Carolina. But, I mean, this team, like you said, man, they just feel different. And it's been really fucking fun to watch and be a part of.
Yeah, and they've done such a good job at limiting secondary high-quality chances. I really believe that. I think that the
everything's on the outside. Everything.
The shot totals aren't indicative of how the actual chances are. Like the Carolina has 47 shots, and you might think, oh, they pounded the Rangers. It's like, but they were all in the outside. Like,
the first period was all Carolina. First period, you got to credit them. And
I know.
Yeah.
100%. I think that they're playing great, and at times they outplay the Rangers. But Igor is just saving most of these shots with zero problem.
I thought you had more.
No.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sometimes I feel like I'm just gonna go on like an absolute tear.
It felt like you were going to.
Yeah, no, but I mean, it's plain and simple that the Rangers are just doing a great job at limiting high danger chances.
And fuckhead Cody isn't here for all the ad libs, so I guess it's weird to not have a third guy chiming in when you're talking. But he's gonna be so pissed when he finds out we did this and he missed it. But that's what you get when you have a kid and you're a stupid dad. So eat shit, Cody. But just this game, like, it felt like, I don't know, like, I don't want to say it felt like 2022 Igor like stealing a game. Like, while Igor did steal that game, after the first period, I thought the Rangers were good. The first period, they were not. And you kind of expected that from Carolina, right? Like you knew tonight was going to be the night that Carolina throws everything they got at the Rangers, and how are they going to respond? And the first period, I asked Bobby Lett this, and maybe I framed it the wrong way, but I asked him if he looked at it as a positive that they were only down 1-0 after the first. And he kind of said, like, we weren't happy with how we played, but we knew that if we won the second period, just win a period, we knew we'd be putting ourselves in a good situation. So the way that they stayed level-headed, right? And I didn't talk to Trocheck in the postgame. He was the busy one. But Molly tweeted out that Panarin actually spoke up in the locker room and on the ice. And hearing that is so big too, because Panarin isn't necessarily the guy who is the vocal leader, right? Like he's he talks and he makes jokes and he's a little bit more light. And for him to say something and then be the guy to end the game, I still got to find out what he said, but that's it's just the team has grown so much. It feels like over the past couple years.
Yeah, they just know they've been through so much together, and at this point, it's starting to feel like 2014 vibes when all these guys have gone on so many runs, and they knew what it felt like to lose, and we talked about it last podcast. You need to lose in order to win. Like you're not going to be able to face adversity if you haven't lost, and they've been through it together. So just knowing that they know what it takes, and these young kids are now veterans in terms of playoff experience. So it's so crucial to have guys like that, and for Panarin to do what he's doing right now makes this thing a completely different level.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's Panarin and Jalen Brunson taking New York City by storm, right? It's been unbelievable. It's been awesome.
Crazy, isn't it?
What a fucking terrible year to move out of New York, huh?
Oh my God, man! I know.
How's Florida treating you?
Listen, Florida's great.
The game you were at was fucking sick, by the way. The Tkachuk Pasternak fight, that was unreal.
Yeah, I love being in Florida, and but yeah, I do miss New York. I am coming home on Saturday, so okay. I would prefer there not to be a game 5. I would love the Rangers to take care of it, but if there is one, I'll be at the Garden. But I do want to say it's pretty obvious who's getting the Broadway hat tonight. It's Panarin. But if we're talking about hats,
it might be Hedel. I didn't see.
You think so?
It might be. I don't know. I didn't see it. I don't know if they posted anything yet, but
I would love that. But since we're talking about hats, I got to tell you about Mellon. These hats are the greatest hats I have owned. And I've been through so many hats in my lifetime. It's ridiculous. I fly through them. I get sweat stains in them. But these ones, they hold up like no other. I wear that black one that I was showing, if you're watching on the YouTube, to the gym every single day. Now, let me tell you a little bit about Mellon. They're built to last 5 times longer than any other hat. They have a natural antimicrobial properties, so sweat doesn't break down the hat at all. It keeps its structure. And I do want to say that they have great sizing options. They got small, they got classic. And if you go to their website, there's a complete fit finder that will tell you the exact hat to get for the size of your Mellon, if it's small like Cody's, or if it's big like me and Johnny's. But the best part about this whole spiel is that Mellon is doing an offer for us. Blue Crew exclusive. If you go to mellon.com/Blue Crew and at checkout, use the code Blue Crew, you get 30% off. They don't do this. This is rare. Mellon does not do this often. So go right now. The code expires in 30 days. It's mellon.com/Blue Crew and use the code Blue Crew at checkout. They are the best hats on the planet. I love Mellon.
All right, Avery. So I just tweeted out the link to hop on. I replied to our initial tweet. We got someone already. We got Justin waiting already. But
I love
before we start welcoming people in, I just got to say that we're gonna bring our listeners in. First time we're doing this, and this is presented by Breakaway Payments. So fan questions, which we're doing live, are brought to you by Breakaway Payments, which is a payment processing solutions for retail and e-commerce businesses, custom integrations, and more. Email fellow Rangers fan Brett at breakawaypayments.com or visit their website, www.breakawaypayments.com. That's www.breakawaypayments.com. They will save your business a ton of money on those dreaded credit card processing fees. Let's go Rangers. So first we're going to bring in Justin Starr. Justin, what's going on, bro? How you feeling?
Oh, he's got the setup.
Fellas, what's going on?
What's good, brother?
unreal. First off, I mean, that whole game, the heart pumping. Johnny, I need to know real quick,
Yeah.
how was it in PNC? Was the crowd divided as we thought it would be? It sounded a lot like there was a lot of Hurricanes fans there. I don't know.
It was mostly Carolina. I expected more Ranger fans, to be honest, but like it was my first time there. I've never really seen it in person. That said, like the whole game, it was let's go Rangers, and then like let's go. It was just back and forth. It felt like Nassau Coliseum, honestly. So it was pretty wild. But the overtime goal, so full transparency, like when those games end, you just shut your computer, you put your backpack on, you just run to the elevator. So I couldn't like really feel the energy of the building after Panarin had won it, because you're in a rush to get down to the locker room. So that's not the best question for me, like after the game. But during the game, the funniest thing I will say, the scratches were sitting in the press box, like a little bit next to the media members, and the Ranger fans spotted Rempe. And Ranger fans were cheering Rempe's name, and then Canes fans were just like, fuck you, Rempe, just like kind of beaking him, giving it to him the whole game. And he was sitting there chuckling the whole time. It was great. We have so many people trying to get in right now. It's only limiting to 10 people. So Justin, anything else you want to bring up? We're gonna have to keep bringing on a lot of people here.
No, I got it. Avery, keep it up with the referee stuff, bro. It's phenomenal. You're on every single broadcast there is known to mankind for Florida. Guys, keep it up. Let's go Rangers.
Any hot takes before we let you go?
Oh, dude. Filipino is going to come in clutch somewhere in this playoff run. He's going to score a game-winning goal, and it's going to that's it. It's going to be a legacy.
I love it, bro. Thanks, Justin. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Justin. He was feeling it tonight, by the way. Oh my God. That move, if he scored there, woo.
All right, let's bring in the next guest. We're going with Joey. Joey, what's going on, bro?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Where the hell are you?
I actually live in North Carolina. I couldn't get to the game tonight because my daughter had a performance at her school.
Very cool.
Yeah, I saw it was pretty wild, and I've been to like almost like 6 games. I was actually at game 7 and 22 there, and there was like 35-65 Rangers fans. But yeah, what do you think of the Hedo move and how that's going to push them forward coming up in game 4, and if it goes further to game 5, and then the next series if they do happen to move on?
All you, Avery.
I think Hedo stays now at this point. It took a lot for them to bring him back in, and for him to come in and be as confident as he was. He made that great move. He almost scored, but I think he just fit right back into the lineup. I thought he didn't at any point show that it was going to be shaky for him, and he even said that in the post game that he was really hyped about it, and he wished he kind of got hit a little bit more. So I love bringing Filipino back, and he's an exciting X factor that could be really, really big for this team going down the stretch, like you said.
And Avery, just to that, like I was in that scrum with Phil, and he was like, oh, I fucking loved it. Like the quote doesn't do it justice, like the way he said it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you read it and you can't really tell how he was saying it. He was like, oh, like he was so fired. He was like fighting back tears of joy. Like it was unbelievable.
Of course. Yeah, absolutely.
Joey, what'd you think? Were you initially mad that Rempe didn't play, or how'd you feel about it? Because, I know you guys, if you're not at the game, you don't get to see it, but the way the Rangers came out, it was Igor and then Hedl right behind him hitting the ice. Like it was like, holy shit, it's Phil. Like it was nuts.
Yeah, no, I mean, I wasn't really like itching. Obviously, Rempe brings a total dynamic, but the way that the refs have been just absolutely pointing him out, and I mean, even Keith Sutherland giving him the old disappointed dad finger the last game. It was absolutely insane. So I think it was a good move. I think Peter Laviolette has been just making amazing moves all year, and I think this was another one. I mean, I think if Hedo would have scored on that breakaway that he had, in that move he made, I think on Shea it was, I would have absolutely lost my mind.
Would have been sick. Joey, so we got a lot of people waiting, so we're just going like 2 minutes with each person. Any hot takes before we let you go here?
Hot takes. I think they end it Saturday, and I think the Florida series goes to 7, and they play Florida And it goes probably 5 Rangers to the Cup final.
Wow.
Love
That
it.
is a hot take.
So
I love
one
that.
loss to get to the Cup.
Yeah, 1 loss to get to the Cup final.
I
That's
love
hot
it.
for sure. Thanks, Joey. We appreciate it, bro.
All right, thanks, guys.
Later. All right.
would
This
love
is going
that.
well so far, but dude, we have so many people. Like, so we can only have. I guess we got to upgrade our StreamYard here. We can only allow 10 people in at a time, so we got to kick people out here to bring in more.
I mean, if there's this many people listening, we could probably afford it.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess so. All right, next one we're bringing in Nick Mott. What's up, motherfucker? Unmute your mic, Nick.
Person?
Yeah,
You know this
unmute your
person?
mic.
No.
Nick,
Oh,
unmute her.
Wow,
Kick
I'm
you
sorry.
out.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. The vibes are immaculate, boys.
Where
Thanks
are
for
you?
letting me on. I'm home, chilling, waiting to go to bed, but I saw you were going live and doing this community thing, so I figured, hey, what's another 10 minutes of being awake? Got to be up at like 6:30, but no matter. Rangers come first, bro. I got to hop on the back with, I think his name was John, the first fella on, with the entire hot take with the Filipino. I said back in January that he is going to be part of the Stanley Cup winning formula, and I think just by the signs of tonight that he was ready to go. That move that he made on Brady Shea was ridiculous. I would have been over the moon if he scored. But yeah, all signs are pointing towards an Eastern Conference final, and I'm not afraid of the Panthers and Bruins calling me crazy.
I don't think you're crazy at all. Why would you be? Any questions or anything, or
no?
Shit?
I mean, yeah. I just appreciate you guys letting me on and want to get my voice heard here.
Thanks, bro. You want to chirp Cody while you have the chance and he's not here?
No, that's all right. You guys are doing great. I listen to every show. Perfect job, guys.
Appreciate
Thanks, Nick.
it.
We appreciate it, bro. All right, we're giving everyone a chance. Any hot takes before you go?
No, I mean, other than the fact that I think that they're going to defeat the Bruins and Panthers with ease. The one thing that frightens me with the Panthers is Bobrovsky. We know that he can go on a heater. We saw him last year take the Panthers to the Cup final before losing to the Vegas Golden Knights. But yeah, I guess that's my hot take. Just quickly, you boys would know better than I would. How many games did the LA Kings lose before winning the Cup in 2012? That was like 1 loss, right? Like 1 or 2 losses.
I think they lost 4 games the whole playoff. I think.
Did
Someone
they?
would have to fact check me on that, but I think it was 4.
I think they lost one in the first one against San Jose, and then won like 6 straight or something like that. It was
No,
stupid.
I think
Anyway,
the first round they beat the Canucks.
San Jose. Was it Canucks?
I thought.
You
Wait, you're saying
obviously
2012, right? 2012.
2012, yeah.
Yeah, I think they beat the Canucks.
2012.
They were the 8th
lost
seed that
4
year.
They lost 4 games in 2012. They
Look at me.
beat the Canucks 4-1, St. Louis
Yep.
4-0, Phoenix 4-1, Devils 4-2.
San Jose was that 2014 year, I think, when they reverse swept. They were down 3-0.
Yep.
Came back and won.
Okay, all right.
Dumbass.
I'm wrong. You boys are always right.
I'm just
All right.
fucking with you.
Enjoy,
Any
boys.
hot
Have a good
takes
night.
Before you go, any hot takes?
No, I mean, I think they win it on Saturday night, and they sit around waiting for the Panthers Bruins to finish. I think that goes 7, and then they lose 1 or 2 games against the Panthers. I think the Panthers will advance, being that they have home ice, right? That they have the home ice advantage of that series. So, let's go Rangers.
All right, love it, bro. Thanks, Nick.
Go.
Good night, guys.
Night. All right, Avery, you take the next one here from the start. This is wild, and it's so funny. I see everybody waiting. I feel bad, but we got to just go one at a time here. So next up, we're bringing in Rob. Rob, what's going on?
What's up, guys? Can you hear me?
We got
Yes,
you.
sir.
We got you good.
I'm in bed right now, so my lights are off. So you guys wouldn't even be able to hear me anyway.
What do
It's
you
like
got?
a Twitter
What are your?
space. What do you got, Rob?
Yeah.
I think we need to talk about Igor Shesterkin and how he's only let in 2 non-tipped goals.
Was that you that tweeted that at me?
Yeah,
That was you?
dude.
Okay, so
nobody's talking about that, and that's crazy to me. That's a
No,
crazy stat.
I couldn't agree more. And Avery, I know I said you take this one, but I saw this tweet and I was like, holy fuck. I was literally just talking about it before I saw the tweet. Like the only goals that have beat Igor like cleanly were the Natchez goal in game 1, where he gets through the 1-3-1 and like gets through Fox and Lindgren and goes 5-hole, and then Gensel, I think, in game 2, where he's creeping down the slot and gets that one-timer. Everything else has been a deflection from the point or a redirect.
Tonight.
What's up?
Then it's 3 because tonight.
Oh yeah,
was
Svechnikov.
the
Yeah,
last
tonight.
goal.
So it was
Still,
before.
anyway,
Yeah,
3.
it was before the Svechnikov goal. So you jinxed it, I guess. You fucking asshole. But yeah, no, it was a good point that you made because I feel like nobody was talking about that.
Yeah, I mean, it was what 53 saves last night or 2 nights ago, and then something around there.
54 in game 2, and then tonight was what 45.
45, close to 50. He's without him. I think Canes are up 2-1 right now.
Yeah, he has 99 saves over the last 2 games.
That's great. I mean, he's on God mode right now.
Is that the right math? Yeah, that's the right math.
It is.
Yeah, get the 99 head out. All right, Rob. And any other thoughts just before we're kind of just trying to keep this moving? We got a ton of people waiting here. Any thoughts you want to get out or any hot takes you got or any chirps for Cody?
Not really. I mean, I think I'd take right now. I think I want Bruins over the Panthers. I think they play an open game, and I think we'll play better than them against the Panthers. And yeah, thank you guys for making the pods. I love listening to them, and let's go Rangers.
Appreciate it,
bro. Appreciate it, Rob. Thank you. Have a good night.
You too.
I agree with Rob there. I would definitely take the Bruins over the Panthers.
Oh, 1,000%.
No doubt. Yeah.
This is all right. So it looks like I don't know. All right, we got like 8 more people. It seems like everyone's up. All right. Well, this next one, I know he's coming in hot here. He's got the fucking tank top on, the headphones on. He's ready to rip. Jackknife, what's up, brother? Bring it. What do you got for us?
Oh my god, you guys can hear me good, right? Because I'm home right now. I'm in my kitchen. I'm just doing my damnedest to not wake up my wife. But
Wake your ass up. The Rangers won in overtime.
I suffer from this condition called Irish whisper. But oh my god, guys, when the Carolina Hurricanes scored to tie that game, I was getting PTSD flashbacks to Game 1 of the 2022 second round, where they gave up that goal late and then lost in overtime. And but as far as this game goes, once that puck hopped over Orlov's stick, I'm like, this is interesting. Next thing I know, I see it trickling in the net and I scream, and thankfully my wife was still awake at the time. So, but I don't think
I got on there though. What are you wearing? I'm curious to see what that is.
It's a bench clear. If you have ever seen ads for this thing, sorry, the laptop camera. But yeah, I also got We Bleed Blue shorts on that are basically matching literally the exact same design that the Rangers pants have on the ice. Sorry, I stutter a lot, as you can tell.
No, you're good. You're good, bro. You're good.
You're good.
You got any questions? You always hit us with the hard hitters in the comments.
I guess 2 things. One, Avery, if they're still pestering you about jumping in the Hudson River, the offer still stands. 1, 2. Johnny, I know you never played the goalie position, but what is it about Igor like being better when he faces more shots on goal?
I mean, Avery, you can take this one too. I feel like, right? You want this one?
Yeah, I mean, anytime you get a goalie that just hasn't seen shots, it becomes more difficult for them, right? But Igor, and I think it really helps that he sees a lot of these perimeter shots because he gets the feel for the puck, right? Sometimes you just don't know what it's going to look like coming off of another guy's stick, and the fact that he's seeing these perimeter shots and the Rangers are not giving them second chance opportunities is really helping him. So when the big shot comes, he's more than likely going to save it. It's really only when the deflections happen, when the weird bounces happen, that pretty much no goalie's going to stop, right?
Yeah,
so I think Igor's done such a good job at limiting opportunities because he's seen early shots that have been clear right from the jump.
Absolutely. And you look at whoever it was you were talking to before, like you brought it up, the only goals that beat him clean were the Nashis goal off a defensive breakdown, and I think the other one was the Gensel goal, where the guys out there
the fetch tonight, but that,
I mean, I consider that a broken
6.5.
play. I don't necessarily consider that like beating him clean, considering it was such a broken play. Yeah. But yeah, that's all I really.
No, I guess what I would say too is like, how often do you check the NHL app and you see a team that has like 17 shots in the first period and the other team has 3 shots and they're up 1-0, the team with 3 shots, right? Like when you test a goalie, and like Avery kind of said, and the goalie feels the puck and they get in a rhythm, you're just feeling more and more confident every time you touch the puck, and your mind doesn't wander at all. You know, it's every single second there's something coming at you. What were you gonna say?
It just clicked that all. I mean, I'm not gonna say awful. It's my least favorite of the Mighty Ducks movies, D3, when they're at the prep school and like the first game they play, they go up like 9-0 and their goalie's bored and that kind of
Julie the Cat. Yeah. That's a good reference, honestly.
Yeah, and I don't know if you guys are keeping an eye on Colorado Dallas. It's 4-2 now.
Oh, it's 4-2, really?
Yes, it's 6 minutes left.
I think it's I do think it's funny that you brought up the PTSD part, because I felt the same way, but I also knew that going into overtime, this was going to be this team's defining moment. I talked about it a little bit before you came on, and I just said that every team has that moment, and for the Rangers to come out in overtime and not even give Carolina really an opportunity to blink, and then they put the puck in the net, like that's what makes this team different, is that they're just finding ways to win in the best possible way.
Yeah, and I had Johnny come on my show a couple, before the season even started. Fat unathletic nerds talking sports, the sports pod with dad bods. But
I love that.
I predicted, Johnny will tell you, I predicted Carolina beating the Avalanche in the finals this year, but that prediction is almost dead. And I was so convinced heading into this series that, what was going to happen was the Rangers split the first two at the Garden. Carolina takes both in Raleigh. Then we salvage one in game 5.
Sounds like a disbeliever to me, huh, Avery?
I wouldn't necessarily call myself a disbeliever. I just don't try. I just try not to be a homer in a sense. Like I was of the belief that we don't win. I know. I was, but I told you, I was of the belief that we lose this year, but find ourselves again and win next year.
Yeah.
But bare minimum, after winning the first 2 games at MSG, just take at least one.
Mm-hmm.
And only the sport of hockey where, I'm going to this game thinking, oh, we're up by 2. It's on the road. No need to panic, whatnot. I was telling myself, I'm not going to stand in front of the TV. I'm not going to be like pacing back and forth watching the game where my wife, Bree, would making fun of me. But lo and behold, she was yelling at the TV too. And of course, once we went up 2-1, it's like, okay, I can't take this anymore. I got to be up close analyzing everything just because that's the weird way I am. So.
Yeah. All right, Jack, we got some more people to welcome in. Any hot takes or chirps for Cody before we let you go?
Well, Cody and you, Avery, you two are both North Jersey guys, right?
Yes.
It's pork roll.
No.
What's that?
But
Johnny doesn't know.
Is that a dig? What is that? What's that chirp?
It's a Taylor Ham pork roll debate. It's a long-standing thing, and people will have their sides, and it's not worth arguing. But what I will say before we let you go is that don't be afraid to be a homer, because I am the biggest homer in the world, and people give me shit for it, but I don't care, because every year I think this team has a chance to win the Stanley Cup. Team of destiny.
All right, guys, thank you so much for having me on. This was awesome.
Thanks, bro. Have a good night.
You're welcome.
All right, what a sweetheart. All right.
Best.
Let's go to a familiar face, someone who does this professionally, who actually worked with me, Matty Mugno. What the fuck does he got for us? What's going on, Matty? In the dark? What are you doing?
Listen, I'm in bed, bro.
You're not doing a pod yourself right now? What's going on?
Come on, you should be working, man.
Nah, you guys are smoking us in the metrics,
What's going on?
First of all, I know first of all, Johnny, I love the intro. I know you guys quite well, both of you. I'm almost disappointed. This is my first time on the show. I'm blank screening right now.
What are you doing?
The fans can't even see my glorious looks in my sick basement setup I got rocking. But
show the turtleneck, man. What are you doing? Come on.
I know. Listen, you're in your prime media outfit right now, dude. That was the first thing I was gonna say. Man, Avery, I love that you talked about being a homer. I gotta say, I'm 1 for 1 right now. If the Rangers win this year, I'm 2 for 2 on teams I covered, bro. I think somebody's got to hire me, bro. That's what I'm saying. Championship championship luck. All right. But boys, you know I'm a big follower of the Blue Crew.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna say flat out my hot take because I got to get up for 6:30. I'm subbing tomorrow. These kids are animals. Hot take, and you know what? I was thinking about it just now. I think Vincent Trocheck's gonna score the cup-winning goal.
Wow. Okay. We actually,
Okay.
it's funny because Matt Moran, who's waiting right now, in the chat said, any shot we can banter about Trocheck stealing the Conn Smythe. So we'll have to bring Matt on next. But yeah, I fucking love that. Against who and in what game?
Oh man, so you guys know that you hope for one team to win in the West and then they end up smoking you. I was big on Tampa over Montreal in 2015, and LA over Chicago. So those didn't work out for me by any means.
So you're saying. Yeah.
You know, I'm that guy. So I'm the biggest Edmonton hater, maybe on planet Earth. And I just have a really bad feeling that we're gonna play them now in the Cup final, and Stewie Skinner's gonna like go crazy. But listen, I think how he's gonna score it, it's the first overtime, and Vinny Trocheck pulls a full Avery Zaretsky on his birthday against Matt Brown Tech on.
What a reference! I scored on my birthday in high school.
OT winner?
No, I tied the game. I had 2 goals that day. I tied the game on one of them. But yeah, I dangled Matt Brown, who's like a really good hockey player
From your town?
I think. I think he's in the ECHL right now, or he played for BU. Regardless.
Oh, I know that name.
Yeah,
I know that name. Yeah,
it was a big moment.
Nasty, dude. All right, Maddie. Any final thoughts before we let you go? Any chirps for Cody?
Any chirps for Cody? I mean, he's a real Jets believer, so I feel like that's step one. I mean, I think that's the only chirp I got from him. I've never met Cody though. Ironically, he's never reached out or anything. I'm real disappointed in him.
Yeah,
never had never had to talk to that. You know.
Oh, Colorado just scored again, 4-3.
Yeah, boys. Well, it was great coming on. Love to y'all. I hope Johnny, you have a sick run there with covering the team, and Avery. Listen, send my love to the fam.
Of course.
Thanks,
always
Maddie.
will.
Appreciate it. Have a good night. Good luck
You
tomorrow.
too,
Subbing. Later.
I gotta say before we go to the next person, the Trocheck thing is crazy because in previous runs, right, it was always gonna be Henrik, right? No matter what. If the Rangers were gonna make it to the finals and win the cup, it was gonna be Henrik. And there were a lot of players that had big moments for Rangers teams in the past, but in terms of consistency so far, we haven't seen a guy like Trocheck. In terms of consistent night-to-night basis, what he is doing for this team, he is absolutely, in my opinion, the front runner for the Conn Smythe. And that doesn't discredit what Igor has done because he's obviously kept us in the games. But in terms of clutch, in terms of game-to-game, guy coming to perform every single night, Vincent Trocheck is standing out like a sore thumb.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I can't really say much more. And I actually thought tonight was like I don't want to say off game, but like maybe his least dominant game, and he still had such a big impact on it. You know, like there was moments in that game, in the first half, I'm like, Trocheck just he looks like he doesn't have his A game tonight. Like where he's just noticeable every shift. Not saying he wasn't, but the first half of that game, it was mostly Carolina, so it's tough to pick out any guy in the Rangers that looked good. But you know what I mean?
But even Tuesday night, he struggled.
Wait, Dallas just took a penalty. Now Colorado's winning the power play with like 3 minutes left. Oh my God, they're a fucking another blown lead. All right,
but I was
also
just gonna say, like, on Tuesday night, Vinny didn't even have his best night, and he scored the game winner. He was struggling on the dot, like he just wasn't having his greatest night, and he scores the game winner. So it's incredible. But who are we bringing on? Who else
let's bring on Matt Moran, who I hope I'm saying it right. Who talked about the Trocheck Conn Smythe thing. So what's up, Matt? What's going on, bro?
What's going on, guys?
What jersey you got behind you?
A jersey? I don't got a jersey behind
No,
me.
what's behind you? Oh, it's a blanket. Oh, I thought it was like
Yeah,
a
It
jersey.
looked like a
hangout.
Winter Classic jersey.
Yeah, it was
No,
like some.
I wish. I have plenty of jerseys. They're all in there. My wife is sleeping.
Sick
She's
hat, though.
pregnant. So
Oh,
yes,
she's pregnant.
thank you.
Congrats, dude. Boy or
Yeah.
girl?
Congrats, man.
We don't know. We're not finding out until they get here. So
Okay.
we'll see.
You got a little
We'll
Artemi?
see. I've been pushing for that name. I haven't won the argument yet.
There's going to be so many non-Russian kids with the name
Yeah.
Artemi after this season.
Legit.
Also, Stanley's in the mix, but
Okay.
don't tell her that.
Okay.
She will not do that.
She won't do that?
No, I wouldn't do it either. But my dog's name is Ranger. He's in the other room too. I can go get him, but
Yeah.
he's as dopey as they come. But yes, I am very jealous of you two living my dream. Dude, you guys have one of the coolest jobs of all time. You get to talk about the Rangers. You get to love the Rangers. You get to invest your time into the Rangers. So I think it's very cool what you're
people
doing.
like you that support it. So legit, we owe it all to guys like you.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I'll continue supporting you guys. You guys produce great content and it's really cool to follow. So 1, I love it. 2, Vincent Trocheck is winning the Conn Smythe trophy.
Yeah.
I've been saying it all year. This guy is the catalyst of this team. The team is great. He's not the best player on the team, and everyone can agree upon that. But he's the biggest difference maker every day, every night. And he is going to be the reason. If we do win the Stanley Cup, he will be the reason why we do. And
Not
also,
if, when, brother. It's when.
What?
It's when.
The Stars just scored, so I'll let.
Well, I think they
Johnny
waved it
jump
off.
in.
They waved it off.
Oh, perfect.
I don't know what
See?
for, but let me ask you both a question. And this is like the dumbest hypothetical ever, but if the Rangers win the Stanley Cup, and you could put a statue up of one player outside Madison Square Garden from this Cup team, who
Chris
would that guy
Kreider.
be? Okay, I feel like people wouldn't say him, but I feel like he's the answer.
Hands down, the guy.
People would say
deserves it.
Rempe probably. Like,
They might, but Rempe's a folk hero. You get the hype around him, but
yeah,
Chris Kreider has been there from the 2012 or not 2012.
yeah, 12. You're right.
Yeah, 2012 season. He's done everything right. He's a consummate professional. He never wavers in his showing up and trying his best, doing his best. He is the guy that's always been there. And if he's on the team that wins the Stanley Cup, how are we not going to honor him like that?
I agree. 20 to the rafters.
I'm still trying to figure out if there's a loophole where we could like sign Henrik for one night and have him.
Yeah, dude. Imagine just if the Rangers were up like 3-0 in the Cup final, you just have him dressed as like the E-Bug.
Yeah,
that'd be sick.
Exactly. I just need. That's all I need, genuinely. But it is crazy, and you get all the '94, comparisons and whatnot. But to me, the one that sticks out, and you heard Vincent Trocheck talk about it after game 2, was what Jonathan Quick said going into the overtime, and thinking about how he grew up as a huge Ranger fan, diehard Ranger fan. He goes to LA and he beats the Rangers in the Stanley Cup final, and it's getting towards the end of his career, and he comes here back to his hometown favorite team, and the Rangers are going on this insane run. It just feels like this is the culmination of the greatest American-born goaltender of all time. His career ends with his favorite team winning the Stanley Cup.
I mean,
I'm from Colorado.
Johnny can't take.
Johnny, how could you be watching that when I just gave it? I gave such a.
That was a great monologue.
No, it was good.
Yeah.
It was good. I was listening, but it was good. It was good.
No. The
when I edited
The Rangers just don't matter. Who gives a fuck
No. Also,
about the Colorado game?
Matt, we're gonna have to let other people in, but any final thoughts before we let you go?
No. 1, let's go Rangers. 2, keep doing what you're doing, guys, and keep living the dream. I'm very envious of you guys, and you guys are doing great. And if you want a Cody chirp, he was a disaster on yesterday's show. He's great. I love him. No, he's great. I love him. his heart is never not in it. That the guy is truly a part of what you guys do, a part of this team. And I just like the fact that you guys call him out on his BS sometimes, but
he means well.
Yeah,
He means
yeah.
well.
He's got a kid. He's got a 9-to-5 corporate job. You know,
we all mean well. That doesn't mean we're not dumb. So
you're welcome back on here whenever you want. Whenever you want.
Please.
Thanks, guys. I really appreciate it. Enjoy the night, and let's go Rangers.
Thank you, Matt. You too, and best of luck with the upcoming kid.
Yes.
Yeah, yes. Let's see if I can figure it out.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, bro. Have a good night,
Matt. That was awesome.
Beauty.
Oh, that was awesome. That made my night.
Seriously, I just want to. I feel like we have to get to everyone that's waiting. Honestly, people are.
I mean, if they're waiting this long, it's fine.
I'll be up all night anyway. So we're just gonna keep going down the list here. Next up, another friendly face, Stephen Pappas. Welcome in, brother.
Oh, wow.
What's up?
What's up? I will say, Johnny, you were spoiling this Stars game behind me. You were like 45 seconds.
Am I ahead of you?
Yeah.
Oh, my bad. Well, it's over now, so we're good.
Yeah, either way. First of all, have you found any good barbecue places out in Carolina?
Everyone says the Pit, right? That's the popular one. Last night I wanted to watch the Knicks game, so I didn't go to the Pit with like the other beat writers. I went to this place called Sport and Social, which was like unreal, crazy sports bar. And today I just went to lunch with Arthur at like a taco place. But I'll probably try to do something tomorrow. I don't know yet. I want to go see UNC and Duke tomorrow. I feel like that's what I'll do, like to kill time.
Baseball?
No, just like go to the campus and walk around.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, I just love seeing a college campus. But also barbecue, like as much as I love it, it just like ruins my whole day. So I don't really know if I want to do that. But what's going on? What'd you take away from the game today? I know you got eyes locked in on the game. You watch it closely. Any thoughts from you?
Yeah, I mean, this is the first day that I got to watch a game on my off day.
Okay.
The first 6 games of the playoffs I've been at work, so it's been tough. But I think what's not being talked about enough is their 5-on-5. I mean, I think, granted, the first period was awful. It was not a fun period to watch.
Are you coming on here and hating because Avery's gonna smack the shit out of you?
Nah, no. Listen, I'll save my hating for in private. But no, that first period was tough to watch 5-on-5, and but at the end of the day, this whole series has been fairly even at 5-on-5, and I really don't think anybody's talking about it enough. The whole thought of this series was the Rangers are going to do their thing at special teams, and Carolina's going to do their thing at 5-on-5. But the Rangers are now doing their thing at special teams, including a shorthanded goal, while also keeping pace with Carolina at 5-on-5. Mm-hmm. And
what is the tally right now at 5-on-5? Is it 7?
It was close. Oh,
7-5?
Of total goals? I believe it's 7-4, 7-5, because that overtime goal is 5-on-5.
Well, the Spetch one was 6-on-5, so that doesn't count.
Yeah. So it'd be 7-5, 5-on-5, which is, if you go into the series saying you're gonna play pretty even with Carolina at 5-on-5, you take that 10 times out of 10, not even 9 times out of 10. But I mean, watching the special teams, they're like, they don't score in the power play tonight. They get their chances, but are nails on the penalty kill again. Mm-hmm. And we got a joke in our Ranger group chat with a couple kids I went to high school with that. We call it the penalty murder now. It's a murder.
Yeah.
Like, they're all over the ice.
PK merchants.
Exactly. I don't think any team's ever been called a PK merchant before, but it's just you give up that goal down in the final minute, and I couldn't help but think about Game 3 last year against the Devils, going into overtime again and all that stuff. But I mean, this team just finds ways to win. It's incredible. Like, I've never seen a team be able to just shut off all the adversity, all of the outside noise that's going on during a game, and then just fucking compete and win. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's been pleasure.
I will say the Trocheck Conn Smythe talk. Come on.
What, you don't think so?
No, if this team wins the Stanley Cup, it's Igor Shesterkin's to lose.
I don't know. I feel like it's kind of that like Bobrovsky Kachuk debate. You know, last year they both guys carried the way, and you know, while goaltending is huge, you need that one guy that makes the big plays too. Like it's kind of like a double-edged sword of some sort. You know?
Yeah, no, I completely understand the Trocheck debate about
Yeah.
it, but how many goalies win game 2? How many goalies win tonight?
Yeah.
You know, they're pepper.
But think about the
granted,
first round also. You know, like Igor wasn't like so challenged. You know?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, the great thing about this argument is you got hopefully 2 more rounds to figure it out. But you know, this team,
and no one will give a shit at the end of the day who wins it.
Oh God, no! I don't care who wins the Conn Smythe at that point, but you know, it's just it's a moment that I like. My dad is he's been a Ranger fan his whole life. He always tells me like, no one's as good as the '94 team. No one's as good as the '94 team. You know, Richter is better than Lundqvist because he won a cup and all that, but he's starting to turn into this year like, holy shit, like this might be the year. And it is a cool thing to see. I'm going to stay away from that and just play it game by game because we've seen it before. But, you know, Avery, if we go Quinnipiac last year, Rangers this year, it seems like a pretty good 12 months.
I mean, it would make sense the year after I leave Quinnipiac and the year after I leave New York. Both teams win. So maybe I'm
Listen,
the problem.
I got the national championship flag in my apartment at the moment. So I just need the Rangers. That's all I need.
All right. Any final thoughts, Stevie, or chirps for Cody before we let you go? We gotta get moving to the next couple of people here.
Yeah, I got my hot take that I've had since probably sophomore year of college was that Mika Zibanejad, the top 5 center in the league. I'm gonna stick by that, and especially by the playoff performance that he's had. I think it's a good argument to be on the right side of at the moment.
I love that. Fair enough. Avery, any final words?
Strong. No, I think that's strong. I think Mika is silencing the haters right now, and there aren't too many of them. They always come out of the woodwork when he doesn't perform, but when he does, they stay quiet because he forechecks hard in the playoffs. He backchecks hard in the playoffs. The penalty kill would be nothing without Mika's advantage at it. I mean, you want to talk about an all-time playoff play tonight to make that happen because the Rangers.
He also made a huge play on Svechnikov on like a back check. He like swiped the puck out from him. When Svech was carrying it in the zone. But
he's a fantastic player.
Got to get Selke votes at some point.
Yep. I said that yesterday. I was like, he kind of got snubbed. I don't know. But Steve, thank you so much. And you know, you do great work as well. If you want to plug that.
Forever Blue Shirts, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, all that stuff. And Stephen Pappas on Twitter. So have fun with that.
Good stuff, brother.
We'll
talk to you soon.
Yes, sir. Have a good one.
You too. All right. This is pretty fun. This is good stuff.
Love it.
Maybe we can do this more often. All right. I still see a couple people waiting. We're gonna have to kick some people out just because of the amount. All right. Looks like we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 left. I don't see a last name on this person. It could be someone in relation to you. I think maybe
that might be Adam Montgomery.
Oh no! What's
up,
Avery?
Montgomery.
No,
what's good?
Guy.
What's up?
Long time no see.
Was that you that just wrote? I think Laz is rooting for Rempe for the Conn Smythe.
Yeah,
Adam Montgomery, who's been begging to get a beer with me for 2 years. I got to make it happen.
I've only had one with Laz, so you know.
Yeah, was that at the Garden?
Yeah, with Lang.
That was before I was like even doing. Yeah, I wasn't even doing any hockey stuff.
When we got into the argument about the Red Ranger jersey, which I was convinced we had one, but we did not. The Red Liberty. I could swear we did that. I could swear we
and
had
you wouldn't let that one go. I was like, dude,
no, I held on to it. I Googled it like 1,000 times. I lost. It was horrible.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious.
Not my best moment.
Adam, you're a loyal listener, loyal follower. Any thoughts on the game tonight? Thoughts on the series? What do you got?
I got nothing. When they scored with what was like a minute and a half
hanging out.
Like, are you kidding me? I was like, give me a break. My wife's yelling at me. My daughter's screaming. I'm like, this is terrible. I was like, this is horrible.
Are you in like your kitchen right now? Where are you?
Yeah, I'm in my living room. My wife's upstairs with the baby.
Oh, nice. Congrats. What's the baby's name?
Charlotte. She's 2.
Charlotte.
She's pregnant
Very
with our second too, so she's ready to kill
Wow.
No
Look
shit.
at all this. I mean, we got a lot.
Yeah.
All the pregnant, all the pregnant wives just upstairs while their husbands just hop on the Blue Crew pod. We love it.
Yeah, yeah. She's probably super thrilled right now, but
Yeah.
no, but dude, awesome game again. I was joking with Avery because I know he's coming back. I was like, oh, Monday. Now I'm like, yeah, maybe I don't have to see you Monday now.
Yeah.
So
nothing against you. I'd prefer not to see you. Adam.
No, I said that already. I don't need to see you. I don't need to see any of you
at some point.
Well, we could still maybe do like some sort of like meet up and not have a game on, maybe, and just fucking hang out. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I wanted to do something now tomorrow night because it's Friday. I just I gotta be up so early for my brother's graduation. I gotta be on the road at like 5 a.m. It's brutal.
You're driving?
So are you driving from Florida
to Connecticut? No. I'm flying in. I'm flying in.
Hour and a half ride. What the fuck are you complaining about?
I know. It's just I'd probably rather just watch it at home with my family, the game. But maybe we'll see. We'll see.
Oh no, I'm totally out on that. Don't worry about it. But I was like, jeez. I was like, they've been so good. Everyone was messaging me like, holy shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we have not lost a playoff game.
Yeah.
We went 7-0 in 94. I was like, give me
imagine
crazy.
being a Leafs fan right now. Like, and looking at us. Like,
dude, how about just New York in general? The Knicks, in 5 days, we've seen 5 wins. The Garden, 4 straight wins at the Garden.
Yeah.
I mean, not last night. Game 4 was insane at the Garden. I was pacing for like 45 minutes.
Wait, which game 4?
No, our game 4. Our game 2. Sorry,
two.
Jesus.
Yeah. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about?
I'm thinking 4 in a row for Knicks and Rangers. But yeah, our game 2, the freaking Garden was insane.
Mm-hmm.
So hey, I'm pleasantly surprised. I had a feeling Rempe was going to sit for Hedel too. I've been calling it for a while. I mean, if he's healthy enough to skate, might as well play.
Yeah. All right. Any final thoughts, hot takes, chirps for Cody before we let you go?
I disagree with like half the things Cody says. So
we love this shit. This is so good.
Sometimes I'm listening.
So mad.
Sometimes I'm listening to the pod and I'm like, yo, someone call me in. I need to argue with Cody for like 2 seconds. I just need to disagree.
He's the best, though, right? You love him? You love him, though?
I love Cody. Plus, he's got a kid now. I know how that feels. So
yeah.
He's
the best.
But no,
we might have to do like a reverse one of these. Where it's just me and Avery are off of it, and it's just Cody like hosting the whole thing.
He's never gonna talk to any of us. He's gonna be like, "Yo, he's like, you're out. I don't want to talk to you."
Oh, this is good shit. Thank you, Adam. We appreciate it.
You're welcome,
and
boys. Have a good night. All right, I'll talk to you guys soon.
Grab some beers soon.
Definitely, man. Later.
All right. Looks like we got like 3 people left. Mr. Mike, I've seen this guy for like an hour. It feels like so. Let's bring Mr. Mike in, and we're getting closer, Abe. I know you tired. It's catching up.
No, I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm just I can't. But Cody's gonna be so mad.
No, it's good stuff. I think it's all out of love.
No, it's funny. I just he just gets mad.
He has no idea this is happening.
He always gets so angry. He's gonna find out on Twitter. He's so old. Like he's gonna find out when we post the link. Like he just
All right, let's bring in Mr. Mike. What's going on, bro? Thanks for the patience. We appreciate it. I've seen you waiting. What's going on?
Hey, not much, guys. How are you?
We're buzzing, dude. It's almost 1 a.m. here, and I'm definitely not fucking sleeping tonight. That's for sure.
No, I work nights, so actually this is like my afternoon. So, yeah.
What do you do?
Been off. I work transportation over in Martin Brower. I actually live in Connecticut, so Whalers country.
Nice.
Yeah.
There you go. I'll be up in Connecticut in a couple days.
Yeah. Well, grew up on Long Island, so Johnny, Syosset boys, baby, let's go.
Yep, you're a Scio guy?
Mm-hmm. I didn't go to Scio, but I was born there. So
okay, well that's close enough. So what high school did you go to?
Went to Eastport, South Manor.
Okay.
Yeah.
So with your shift tonight, how'd you watch the game?
I'm off. My day
okay,
off.
I was gonna say, how'd you watch the game?
I mean,
did you take off because of the game?
I don't care. Yeah, I mean, fuck it. I'm gonna listen. I'm not missing a game. So
yeah, I love that. That's awesome.
Hell no, we're not missing.
Did you have anyone to watch with, or just solo?
I'm on my own. I mean, my best she's passed out. She's got to be at work at 7 a.m. So, we're on totally opposite schedules, but we make it work. So
we make it work. That's what it's
every
all
day.
about.
Yep.
Any takes or anything you wanna share with the fellas here?
I was getting that Devils feeling from last year a little bit during the game when we got to overtime. I was starting to be like, oh, here we go again. I was like, but no, the fact they pulled it off, and I mean, there's something different about this team this year, guys. I mean, Johnny, did Colby say something to you when Panarin scored?
Colby was shitting on me for Lafreniere's goal because I said it was an elite shot, and he was like, it was in the middle of the fucking net, like the goalie should have had it. And I was like, what about the catch and release? Like I did the whole I'm not a big NFL fan. I'm not an NFL fan so much. I watch football, but like not closely. But I always see what if Mahomes did that? Everyone would freak out. But I was like, well, if Matthew shot that puck, everyone would be coming in their pants.
Exactly. And I think Colby's funny because I don't think he's given Laffy or this team a chance, honestly. But that's just me. But
it's not just you. Nobody's given this team a chance. Everybody's doubted them. Underdogs every single game. They won the President's Trophy. Listen, and I'll give this the PG version. Screw everybody who even has a one bad inkling to say about the Rangers. Everyone's going to turn on them. Listen, this series done. Rangers took care of it. It's over. They're taking care of business. This is, I keep saying it, team of destiny. We went into the overtime, and I'm with AJ and Alex from Blue York, and I just say it's different. They're finding a way to win this game. It's different this year. They're not gonna. There's not any point where I'm watching the Rangers game and saying we're not winning. We're not winning this game because we're just getting it done every single night. I know. I'm sorry. I went on the tirade, and I was like saying, I was giving a quote of my own that I was saying, like, I don't think that any game we're not going to win.
They always.
I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying anymore.
Any game
that didn't make sense. That didn't make sense. I gotta think back. I gotta regroup. Sorry.
Oh man. Yeah. Well,
right,
that's
Mike.
the thing.
Yeah. What else you got?
That's the thing. You just hit on the head. They find it's not the same every night. Every different night, it's a different way to win. I mean, just put the vibes with this team, man. I mean, I always, it's one game at a time. I don't want to say, hey, they're gonna win it all. I've been through this so many times. I was the only Ranger fan in my family growing up, so it's like I've seen it all, and I've had the pain. I have never, no championships for me except for the Giants, but that's different. Hockey, baseball is different, but with it, just this team, nobody sits back on this team. I think that's the difference between this team than the last 2 years. They don't get screwed around. If they fight against they fight against another team like Trocheck. This guy is like, oh, what a pickup he's been, and like he's just they have like a fuck you attitude. And that's something totally different that this team has not had in a very long time. And it's like, it's so nice to see. Having Rempe is just like it's just a bonus. They didn't even have to play him. They still play with the same grit. They don't get pushed around no more. And I think that's the biggest difference between, I would say 2 years ago, even though they made that magical run, they still would get pushed around a little bit. I think it's a huge thing. I think it's, I'm shocked they're up 3-0, honestly.
I agree.
Down there, and it's great.
I agree. Fully agree. But yeah, we got to get to our last guest here, Mike. Thank you so much.
Appreciate you, Mike. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Have a good rest of your off night. Hope you sleep well. And, maybe we'll make something happen here in the city for a meetup or something.
Yeah.
Thanks, bro. All right.
Bro, I completely lied. I'm so tired. I don't even know what I was saying.
Your brain is not working. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
My brain shut down in real time. Like I started a really concise point, and it started becoming mashed potatoes in there.
All right, we got two people left, and then I'm cutting it off. So Spencer has been waiting patiently. I think I know Spencer. Pretty sure. We haven't talked face to face in like a decade probably, but his wife is pregnant with their first kid, and he's in the basement guest room right now. So Spencer, what's going on?
So, gentlemen, you do, Johnny.
Yeah, what's it been? 10 years, 15 years?
I think I spent 2012 or 2011 or 2012 New Year's in your house.
Okay.
Don't remember that because that was a rough night afterwards. But
that's the one party my sister ever threw.
Yep, 100%. Just real quick, right? Not to overstate the obvious. Playing the Capitals in the first round was the most important thing that's ever happened to the New York Rangers since 1994. And not for the reason of because they suck, but for the reason of the underestimation of the Rangers because of that, right?
Also partially because they suck.
Well, yeah, but being able to bet the Rangers as underdogs this series was a thrill I enjoyed thoroughly, regardless of what happens over the next 4 games. But because everyone just said oh, they beat the Capitals, whatever, who cares? Anyone could have beat the Capitals, right? Everyone just says oh, the Rangers suck. It's, they just beat the Capitals. They've done this before. It's not a big deal. I think that's motivating the team more than anything, right?
I agree.
If you have to go out there and you have to play Crosby 6 or 7 times, even if you win, you get a little more respect on your name. It's hey, you knocked Crosby out of the playoffs, regardless of their regular season, right? I think he's always a danger in the playoffs. Flyers probably would not have mattered as well. Probably would have been a similar situation to the Caps. But I think because they played the Caps, and obviously the Caps, whatever their minus 87 goal difference or whatever the heck it was, everyone just thought oh, they beat the Caps. It doesn't matter, right? And I think that this team, whether consciously or subconsciously, has now used that of well, now we're up 3-0 in the Hurricanes. What are you going to say next, right?
You came fucking prepared, dude.
Oh, yeah, listen.
You got notes in front of you?
Yeah, right. I'm sitting in my basement guest room. My
wife's
talking
way more concise than me right now.
Yeah, Avery's dead. Look, his eyes are shut.
You can it's your show now.
What do you say?
My wife has a deal. She's 3 periods. So overtime, she's you got to go downstairs and finish the game. I'm all right. She's got main TV in the living room is 3 periods. After 3, I'm banished to the basement. So
I thought you were. I thought you were saying something else for a second when you said your wife has 3 periods. I was like, isn't she pregnant?
Oh, God. Yeah, no. she can watch 3 periods. But yeah, I mean that's number one. And then just real quick, the second thing, I know we talked about the Conn Smythe, not to get ahead of ourselves, right? But the player versus goalie debate, right? To me, unless you're the Oilers and your goalie sucks and you somehow make it because your offense is that good, I think the expectation is that your goalie is going to get you that far, right? I mean, we very rarely see a bad goalie get a team to a Stanley Cup.
Yeah,
not saying that we shouldn't reward that, right? Because if you watch the NFL, 99% of the time, we're going to give the NFL Super Bowl MVP to a quarterback, right?
Yeah.
But it's almost, and maybe this is just because we've had Lundqvist and Shesterkin, I expect those guys to get us there. So when I think Conn Smythe, I'm thinking, well, Shesterkin's doing what I expected him to do. Granted, it's above and beyond most goalies in the NHL, but he's doing what I've expected him to do in the playoffs to get us to that run. It's what's happening that's a little bit unexpected that propelled us to that Stanley Cup. And to me, that's the Vincent Trocheck, right? Where he's doing something that, I expected him to be good, but I think he's going that a leg above, where Shesterkin's just kind of doing what I expect him to do, which again, we have high expectations because of how good he's been, but that's kind of how I see it.
You're about to make Avery speak again.
It's almost like the Stephen McDonald Award, right? It's Igor could win that any year because of how good he is, but we look to pick another guy who's gone above and beyond, and
it's like the McDavid MVP conversation. He can be MVP every year too. But that's good. No, that was good. That was a good point.
Like we all said before, it's a good problem to have. If that's what I'm worrying about in a few weeks, I'll take that every time.
All right, Spence. Any final thoughts or trips for Cody before we let you go?
No trips for Cody. I'll leave him alone. When he wakes up, he's gonna have a good time. But just appreciate you guys, and let's go Rangers.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate you too.
Have a good one, guys.
Best of luck with the pregnant wife. Have a good one.
Thank you. Have a good one, guys.
Bye.
Spencer.
All right, last one.
Man.
That was great.
If Cody ever is off the show, Spencer could jump right in.
Spencer's got the spot. All right. Our last guest, Chromo. Device not connected though. So Chromo, if you're listening, I can't let you in. So we got to figure that out.
Bro, I gotta
give you what? I'll give you a minute here because you're waiting. What?
I gotta talk about Tony DeAngelo. That guy's such a loser, man.
So I don't see the broadcast. I know he like put his gloves down. Like what?
Dude, like I don't understand what he think. Like the Rangers aren't in any position to fight you. You're not worth it. You're not putting one of our guys in the box. Like you don't do anything impactful enough for us to be like, oh, we need to put this guy in the box. I mean, yeah, would it be nice if Jacob Trouba or someone laid him out? Sure, but he's just such a little pest that just does absolutely nothing. And I feel like the Rangers are so deep in his head. And then he gets hit by Trouba and then he retaliates. And it was obviously a sell job by Trouba, but like you're just you have zero impact. You're a zero impact player. Just stop with the bullshit.
Yeah. No, it's I mean it's definitely good entertainment, right? Like I'm all for it for the entertainment factor of it. But
yeah.
Doesn't bother he doesn't bother me. But yeah, no, it's been being up 3 on Carolina. It's just like
it's crazy. It doesn't compute.
Well, also Dan Rosen made a really good point to me tonight. I was talking to him in the hallway, I think between the third and overtime, and Dan, senior writer at the NHL, does a great job.
Mm-hmm.
And he said the thing about this, which is so encouraging, is that it's not like the next round will be harder for the Rangers. Like Carolina competes almost harder than anyone. And if you're winning games like this, the next round, I'm not gonna say it feels like a breeze, but it's almost like you could take a deep breath knowing that you went through this already and it shouldn't be as hard, you know?
Yeah, at this point you can turn the page on. I can't believe these two teams are playing each other in the second round to now the Rangers have just about conquered it, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. It seems like Chromo won't be able to get in, by the way. Just it says
next
device
time. Next
connected.
time.
So sorry, Chromo. We'd love to have you in here, but we're gonna wrap it. We gotta get the episode up, and it's been a little over an hour here. So gonna let Avery shut the brain off. But just if you're still listening to this on YouTube or Apple Pod or Spotify, wherever you listen, just thank you to everyone who chimed in. I mean, it's 1 a.m. right now on Thursday night, so I assume a lot of people have work tomorrow. And it was really cool. Something maybe we'll do again because that was pretty fun.
100%. I enjoyed it. And make sure you go to iamblueyork.com/Blue Crew to get all of our merch. I'm wearing the crew neck right now. There's also the hoodie, which is right here in this cool charcoal color. But other than that, I got nothing. It feels so good, man. I'm so high right now in terms of emotions. What's that?
You froze for a second. You might have to repeat that last part.
I just said my emotions are so high right now in terms of how I feel about this team, and it's incredible. But that's it.
Yeah,
I'm
great,
tired.
great stuff. And Cody, if you've gotten to this point, we love you. And
love you so much, Cody.
We'll be recording after Game 4. So thanks, everyone. Avery, you can take Cody's spot and send it off.
LFGR.